When were you deployed for World War II?
I was drafted March 27th, 1944. The war was in Germany when I got there. I was late in the war.
How long were you in active duty?
I was in the Army for 2 years, 1 month, and 6 days.
What was your job in the military?
I was in the infantry. I was in the headquarters company, 3rd Battalion, 387th Regiment, 97th Division.
Where did you go during the war?
Well, I took basic training in Camp Landing, Florida. And after basic training, I was transferred to California. And I was in California, I venture to say, from September of 44 until probably March of 45, taking basic training and amphibious training for an invasion.
Mm-hmm.
And then after in California, I was in Camp San Luis Obispo, Camp Cook, Camp Callum, and then I was transferred to the East Coast before embarking on a ship to Europe.
Did you ever go to Japan?
We were on a ship on August the 28th, and we were on that ship until we disembarked September the 25th. It was almost a month on that ship. And then when the war was over, we were what am I going to say? We were occupation in Japan from September 45 until April 46, and we left Japan August the 14th, 1946, and got back in the States April 23rd, 1946.
Did you bring back any interesting souvenirs from the war?
Well, somebody just came downstairs. I got a dagger, an SS dagger. And the SS dagger we liberated. We took it off of German, I think, and the Japanese sword. Mostly every soldier got a sword that was in Japan because they wanted to get rid of it. They wanted to take it away from the Japanese.
What is your most memorable moment from the war?
Being discharged.
I was going to say coming home.
Did you receive any medals?
Yeah, like the American Campaign Medal, Good Conduct Medal, Asia Pacific Campaign Medal, World War II Victory Medal, the EAME Campaign Medal, whatever. That's probably Europe, and the Combat Infantry Badge.
Do you have any funny stories from the war?
Oh, well, he was shot by another sergeant. They were just fooling around. I was on guard duty, and I was on guard duty usually around 2 hours, and you're off 4 hours. Well, anyway, after 2 hours was up, they were supposed to relieve me. Nobody showed up. Another hour went by, but maybe 2 hours went by, and then finally somebody showed up, and they said, Sergeant Berger shot Sergeant Harris. They were just fooling around with a pistol. They liberated. So that was the end of Sergeant Harris. Never saw him again.
Did you make any good friends while stationed across seas?
I had a best friend, and I still wonder whatever happened to him. He was a Southerner, Herman L. Saunders. He was from Moultrieville, South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah, and we were buddies. He was in the anti-tank platoon, and I lost track of him. And then the day I was getting married, he called. He called me in Patterson. He was in the he went into the reserves, and he was in New York. And he went in the reserves. There was a big change from the infantry to the Air Corps. And he called to let him know that, that he was in New York. And I said, well, come on out to the wedding, but he would never come out.
Oh, that's
And
too bad.
I only got one letter from, and he married a German girl.
That they met in Germany?
Yeah, after that was, after I spoke to him.
Oh, that's
That was the last I heard of him.
If you don't mind us asking, did you have any close calls?
Bad Bird Forest. It wasn't too far from where Patton was killed. Or it was that one automobile accident. Well, we were in the forest in pup tents, I guess for about 10 days. Sun, rain, everything, until we turned all our equipment in, and we got on these railroad cars. They call them 40 and 8. They'd hold 40 horses, 40 people or 8 horses. We got a call that the command post, the battalion command post was surrounded, and they were running out of ammunition. So the ammunition pioneer, we were called to bring it up. Well, I was driving supposedly, and before we left, I cooked some stuff for myself during the day, and I got sick. I threw up. So you can't go. No, you go back and go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I did, and a fellow named Eckert drove the truck, and there was a lot of fire, a lot of rifle. The Germans had the place surrounded.
That's scary.
And, the next day, I was better, and there were 2 bullet holes. If whoever was he jumped out of the truck, and if he stayed in there, he would have had 2 bullet holes right in his head. You can see right where the bullets came through the windshield.
How old did you have to be to join the Army?
In your last half year of high school, you were exempt until you graduated, and then they drafted you.
Did you have a lot of young kids in your troop?
No, not like the Germans. They had 14-year-olds fighting.
Would you like to show us your jacket?
You see, I didn't know I had this.
That was in the pocket.
This is the campaign, and then if you're in a battle, you got a star. If you're in 2 battles, you got 2 stars.